People don't realize Minnesota is actually a golf destination. There's more golfers per capita in Minnesota than maybe any other state. I might be making stuff up, but you can quote me. When I was in middle school, Tiger Woods became a phenom. I was inspired. I learned to love golf, but I'm no pro. I'm gonna meet up with Greg Grease and JC Rhodes for some pointers. They're both leaders at the Solomon Hughes Senior Golf Academy. The academy is named after a Minnesota elite golfer who helped to end segregation in professional golf and became the first black player in the PGA. Hey. Bring it in, yo, yes, yes. I'm so excited to get into it.
So we brought some clubs for you to use today. We brought the driver, and then you got some irons with different numbers.
The lower the number, the farther the club goes. So 5-iron would be the closest thing to your hybrid that you have here. And then all the way down to your pitching wedge, that's gonna be like the things you use closest to the greens.
Yeah, I'm ready to hit some balls. Let's go. The goal of golf is pretty straightforward. Get the ball in the hole in as few shots as possible. Players begin each hole at the tee box behind the marker. Play the ball as it lies, or take a penalty stroke if your ball is considered unplayable. A regulation golf course consists of 18 holes of varied length. For gear, you of course need balls and a full set of clubs, including a driver, fairway woods, irons, wedges, and a putter. The majority of courses will rent clubs for around $15 to $20. Many courses have dress codes. Typical golf attire consists of a polo shirt, golf pants, or khakis, and a hat. So even if your golf game needs a lot of work, your style game can still be on point. I'm honestly thinking about the first time I met you, and It's like, straight front arm. I'm like, okay. Holy cow. I'm just letting them rip. Oh my God. It's gonna be all worm burners as soon as we get to the tee box.
We might just have to stay on the driving range.
Right. It's all about how you feel while you're doing it.
Confidence is key, man.
That's the only way you can be good at golf. Confidence, mindset.
As long as you're not taking yourself too seriously,
Right.
It's easy to have a good time.
I'm ready to see what we've been working on out here.
Yeah.
Bring that onto the real course.
Yep.
Then for the second half, Greg will be out there with you.
Yeah, where we can just both stink it up. All right. The Hiawatha Golf Course was central to the community of black golfers in the Twin Cities when segregation in the sport was still rampant. It's revered for this legacy, but due to flooding and environmental issues, plans to reduce the course to 9 holes is controversial for many. The clubhouse was recently named after Solomon Hughes Sr. to highlight his legacy as a professional golfer that paved the way for others. When we're choosing a club, how do we go about it?
They're par 4, par 3, par 5s. Most of the time on the par 4s and par 5s, you're pulling out the big dog. So the driver, using a long tee. But once we kind of get to those smaller holes, like the par 3s, that's more when you're pulling out the irons.
Let's just kick it off. Jeez. Here we go. Gotta make this outfit look good. Kind of got under it a little bit, but straight fairway shot.
Center.
First shot jitters are out of the way. What do you think that is? 150 yards? Well,
I mean, we don't even have to question.
What is this witchcraft?
It's called a rangefinder, and it's gonna show you how far away you are.
This stuff blows my mind. 210, that would be like a fairway wood.
Probably like a wood.
Little worm burner.
That's forward.
Yeah. So you are the golf coach. Tell me a little bit about your background in golf.
When I was 3 years old, my dad, instead of deciding to buy a babysitter, then chose to take me out on the golf course.
He said, "You gonna learn today."
From then, bought me a set of those Snoopy plastic clubs. At the age of 5, I officially started playing in tournaments, and then at the age of 6, I won one, and that was where I fell in love with that feeling of winning.
5 years old? That's amazing.
What are you thinking over here? The Texas wedge is always an option.
Texas wedge, playing with the putter?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I've never heard this term, but I imagine you just mean putting it from the fringe. Might use like a iron. Get in there. Putting speed is the most important.
Exactly.
Learn that from you.
Yep. All about the speed.
If I sink this, I'm only 1 stroke behind.
for the first hole.
Bogey, I'm the bogey man. First putt strokes.
That's what it's all about.
I feel like I need to put my stance a little further forward.
You had it right. So like back of the stance would be this back foot.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and just wanting to keep it low. You don't even have to full swing.
Yeah,
just,
but I want a club face kind of in.
Yeah,
okay.
Yep.
Ah, I bounced it, but
Yeah,
hey,
that worked
that's
too.
the fairway, baby. So for people getting started, you know, people might think of golf as a wealthy person's sport. Is it a misconception, or would you agree with that?
There are way more opportunities in golf than people understand. That's something that I really want to focus in on. That's why I genuinely loved working with the Solomon Hughes Senior Golf Academy, because we're able to get these young kids the opportunities that they deserved, and I want to be able to get that outreach to way more kids and way just more people in general.
I was unaware of the Solomon Hughes Senior Golf Academy, and Greg reached out to me, and that was so fun. Like, the energy, the youth. I met you, I was like, this is a cool organization. Averaging bogey, the birdie putt for JC. And she's 1 under, 3 strokes ahead after 2 holes. If I could keep it to bogeys today, I'm not gonna be upset.
Great shot.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. That last hole is a thing of the past.
This is where the mental comes in. That's exactly why I love golf, because you can relate it so much to life.
What are the motivators for you to get more people involved?
I honestly think it's super cool to see people fall in love with the game.
So this is my par putt.
Yeah!
Got a par!
I'm sorry I had to do it to you like that, but at least you tied me on the last hole.
I'm a graceful loser. Catch you back at the clubhouse.
Yep, for
Me
sure.
and Greg, now we're gonna see what happens. Now I got some pointers. Oh yes, the back 5 of the 9. Feeling warmed up, man. I can't wait.
Takes me about 9 to warm up, so.
I've been loving seeing you out here, you know, teaching golf. What do you love about golf?
Being out in nature and immersing myself in the fresh air and the good vibes, aside from hitting bad shot. I mean, it's a huge lesson in humility, you know? And it didn't work.
The first time I heard about Solomon Hughes Senior Golf Academy was from you. What's the overall mission?
I think a big part of it had to do with resources and accessibility in terms of even knowing that it exists. So for us, it's all about increasing the exposure, but then it's also about providing the resources for people that might not necessarily have the resources. We call these tap-ins.
Tap it in. Are you too good for your home? Haven't done any Happy Gilmore references yet. Why would you say golf is like a great thing for youth development?
I mean, I think there's a lot to learn on the golf course in terms of life. And when we're talking about young people specifically, we're talking about golf being a game of patience. It's a game that you're kind of playing against yourself.
Personal development, that's what golf offers.
Chance, man, you might have just found your hidden talent, bro.
I'll take it. That'll play.
I think another big misconception is that it's gonna be way too expensive, which, don't get me wrong, it could get expensive.
So for people just getting started, what's an affordable way without busting the bank?
If you're talking about equipment, you can always go thrifting. My first set of clubs I got from Goodwill. If you're talking about hitting the ball, driving range is gonna be your best bet. Just a great way to get introduced to the game. And it's a good way to get some steam out. Golf is really a multi-generational sport, which is pretty sweet. And so you could be out here with your grandfather or your kid.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really powerful thing.
Come on, double bogey.
Go home.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, double bogey. I gotta get a par to get back to my bogey average.
So there we go. We were talking about saving money golfing. Here's a slang moment. I don't have a tee, right? So I just look around.
Some broken tees to choose from, some kibbles and bits.
That's the thing.
That is a shot, bro.
That's what
If
we were
y'all
looking for.
remember Greg Grease's golf swing, that's
Only that one.
That was the one.
Strike all the other ones from the book.
Edit all the other stuff.
That was it. Sit down. Way past.
Go in.
Look at that!
Go in! Go in!
Dude, I told you there's gonna be an incredible shot.
For par,
You
too.
just got a par.
Oh.
Dude, you did it.
I needed that.
When I got to the driving range, I was just smashing them. But really, I'm not that great at the game. Besides what I learned from JC the first time I met her, just a little bit of advice can change your whole game. The work that they're doing is so important. Making golf something that's cool for young people. It's for people of all ethnicities, of all backgrounds. When you recognize how challenging the sport is, it's okay to not be great at something and still find a lot of joy in doing it. But overall, I got a lot of improvement I can make, which makes me want to come back and play again. I feel blessed to be here. It's Chance, signing off.